Lucky Boys Podcast.
Actually, there's an interesting article that I read recently from the Corcoran Group. It's a real estate firm in New York City, and he said even before COVID, pre-COVID, there was a lack of inventory in the market, and there were a lot more buyers than inventory, and that was driving up prices. And they said now with COVID and everything happening, they said that there's going to be even more lack of inventory. And they actually, said, this is the article that I read. So that's why I'm bringing it up, because you said the opposite, and I'm just bringing up
it's not a lack of inventory.
The macro view of it, right? We're seeing. No, I agree with you, because I've been looking at
they hustling.
No, I've been.
And they're saying, oh, we're lacking inventory. They're hustling.
Right. I've been actually looking into real estate myself, and I've seen prices being cut.
Hell yeah.
Prices are going down.
If there's a lack of inventory, that means that supply is low.
Supply is low.
And
the prices will increase. That's what the article said.
Prices will increase.
Right. That's what the article said.
Right. But when you actually look at it for real, that's why you can't believe everything you read.
Yeah.
Because there's an agenda sometimes behind it. They're not actually reporting the news. They're reporting something to make you think a certain way so that it fits their narrative or their agenda. So they want to make you buy more. They're going to tell you, hey, fear of missing out, supply's low, which is complete horseshit, because if you look at the market, everyone's cutting down prices. How is the supply low? The way I see it, I think the demand is low, not the supply. And if you look at the real data in New York City, homes, luxury homes between $5 to $10 million in that bracket are down 90%. That is crazy. Crazy. And when you're at that level of money, you're going, whoa, what's going on? You think those people don't know people? If you have $5 million, you can afford a $5 to $10 million home like that. You think all those people aren't talking to each other and going, yeah, hey, run from New York City? We have friends that are in that area that's telling us, hey, you might want to put your money somewhere else other than New York City if you got that much money.
Yeah.
And then if you look at everything below that, because everything in New York City is pretty much $1 million. If you want to get decent homes, at least $1 million for a really nice 1-bedroom that's 600 square feet, right? As of now. But that's down too. That's down too. So you got to look at it. It's going to be a trickle effect all around. So I don't know what's going to happen. But here's the thing. I think the surrounding areas, those prices are going up. I've talked to my friends that live in these suburbs in the surrounding areas, maybe an hour outside the city, and their prices have skyrocketed. That's what's interesting.
Yeah. That
New York City money, and people are not even negotiating. They're, rich people, they find something they like, and they're looking at all the square footage compared to New York City. They're not going to give a fuck. They're like, well, you know what? Yeah. I'm not going to like small potatoes.
Yeah, I mean, those areas are high demand compared to New York City. People are, like you said, people are flocking away from denser, more urban cities for more rural and, suburbs spaced out, more space.
The world's upside down, because at one point where people were going from the suburbs and they were downsizing to cities, because it was just lower maintenance, convenience, commutes there, everything. They were so proud to be specifically in New York City. And now it's just like, hell no, man, I'm out. Now there's a big shift. Now the suburbs is cool again.
Yeah. I wonder where it's going to, how it's going to shift. The entire industry, it's going to be totally different in years to come because of COVID, because of, inequalities between peoples. So that's definitely going to change the whole environment.
It's just bizarre. Everything's like backwards, and you think one thing's one way and it's another way, and you're constantly having to pivot. And it's like once you think you figured out the rules, they go ahead and change it on you all over again. Once you think you got everything figured out and everything settled, shit changes, and just the world's accelerating so fast in almost every freaking way. It's hard to keep up, and it's, people are stressed, man. It's confusing, and it's hard to stay grounded and level-headed in in this day and age, I think it's just there's so much information that you're getting overwhelmed. You don't even know what to believe anymore, that you just give up on just trying to figure out the truth because you're being spun in all these different directions.
Yeah, but I think like people should do their own investigation and see it for themselves, right?
And then on top of that, even when they do, then what?
Make their own informed decision based on that.
And then the rules get changed again. That's my point. That's my point, right? You make your informed decision, and then you think you got it all figured out and all settled, and then the rules change again. Something else comes up, and you're like, "Fuck."
No, well, we have to learn and adapt. We're human beings, but we're survivors, right?
Yeah.
So
that's what we do.
Got to learn and adapt. There's tons of information that's coming our way. Some may be false, some may be true, some might be the reality for you or not. Like you said, the article that I was reading is not the reality that we're seeing.